type of driver that would benefit most from our GT road racing class is a previous student of our high performance driving program, or a new driver that is looking to take their skill sets to the racetrack and get quality track time.
The GTR course does a great job to prepare students for on-track competition in a lot of ways, one of them being a lot of track time. We have almost 3 days of open track driving, so students get to get very comfortable on the racetrack, going over racing line, running with other drivers, and then we also do simulated starts and restarts where the drivers grid up and then take a green flag and race down into turn 1. So it makes you a very comfortable driver before you end up going racing for yourself.
The biggest thing that sets us apart from other driving schools is the amount of seat time that not only our students get behind the wheel, but the seat time that we spend next to you, watching your every movement to make sure that you completely understand what you're doing behind the wheel. A lot of times mistakes will happen, and I think it's getting our students to recognize those mistakes so we can actually correct them. We have to do everything slow at first, and then the only thing that we're going to do once we get the technique is just speed up the tempo. But a lot of times people come in here and just try and go way too fast, way too soon. So if we can get the student to actually do the proper movements in a slow fashion and then speed up the tempo, it ends up a much better result in the end.
Just like most of our multi-day classes, it's about 80% driving, 20% classroom in the 4-day GT road racing class. We'll spend the first day and a half on the skills pad just learning some basic foundational pieces. We talk a lot about visual skills, we talk a lot about weight transfer, vehicle dynamics, and then on the afternoon of day 2, we do our introduction to the racetrack. We'll put you in our instructor car, we will do a slow demo lap, we'll stop at some of the corners and talk about some of the key things to look out for, how to maximize your skill set, the car's abilities through each of those turns. And then we'll do a lead and follow where we lead you around for a few laps, give everybody a chance to be right behind the instructor car doing that. We do a little Q&A in pit lane, talk about passing, because we do allow passing in the 4-day GT road racing class. And then we send you out on the track on your own. And all afternoon on day 2, you're on the track. All of day 3, you're driving on the track. All of day 4, driving on track. That seat time really plays a huge piece in developing the skill set so that you feel like a more confident driver when you're driving on the track outside of here.
We go over a lot of techniques in the GTR class to help you become a better driver. One that I think is very important is the theory behind weight transfer. So weight transfer is important because it shifts weight to a certain part of the car where you want the grip. Because what you're doing is you're expanding the contact patch into the ground, which allows that part of the car to perform. So if you are on the brakes, you're getting the weight forward, it's gonna help the car turn. As you tilt the weight back with the accelerator, it's gonna help you get off the corner much better.
I think one of the things that stands out is everything else out on the market today is an experience, where we are actually a school where you will learn the skill sets and apply them to whatever you drive. The most important modification that you can make in any car to make the biggest difference, it really comes down to the driver, and that's what we emphasize at the Radford Racing School.
A driver doesn't need any prior track experience before signing up for the GT road racing class. We take drivers who just had an interest in it and thought, you know what, maybe I want to go do some racing, or maybe I just want to do some track days with my car, and I want a good foundation before I go out there. This is the ideal place to do it. We've got the largest purpose-built training facility in the country based on giving a driver the skill sets needed. It's a lot of fun teaching the GT road racing class because you get people from all over the country, all over the world looking to gain this new experience. It's such a unique thing, and there's not many places in the world that do what we do, and we're very unique in our training style. We spend a lot of time behind the wheel of the car. Seat time, there's no substitute for seat time, and there is no shortage of that in the 4-day GT road racing class.
Get a lot of very good information, feedback, and experience. Just gonna make you an all-around better driver, whether you're wanting to go racing or even just drive on the street. The amount of time spent learning the techniques is gonna make you a much better driver in whatever you wanna do.
One of the things I love the most about the 4-day GT road racing class is that it could make a driver eligible to get their SCCA full competition license. If you do well and we're confident that you'll be a safe driver on the track, you could be eligible to get signed off for that license.
Another aspect of what we are able to offer here at the Radford Racing School is our advanced one-on-one days, where we're actually going to sit down with the driver and look at data acquisition, being able to plot lap after lap, data laps, my lap versus your lap, showing the actual improvements. Sometimes you can see where it may feel fast, but how it relates actually to the stopwatch. And the one thing, data never lies.
Our track is a purpose-built training track, 15 corners, 1.65 miles in length. It's got a little bit of everything in it. It's got some increasing radius turns, it's got decreasing radius turns, it's got elevation changes, different asphalt transitions. Basically anything that you're going to experience when you get to any other track, you'll have an opportunity to experience here at our track.